Hey everybody, welcome to the D. Louise book series. I'm Christina, Kristina. I hope you all had a good New Year's. It actually hasn't happened yet for me, but when I do this video, it'll be after New Year's. So I hope you all had a good video. A good year, sorry. I hope, please like and subscribe. I had hoped for a Christmas miracle. Obviously, I didn't get it. And I haven't even gotten to 200. So we'll see what happens there. Please don't forget about Star Trek Fridays. And in the new year, probably the second week in January, we'll start Flashback Mondays again. Although no one's watching, so... but I appreciate y'all tuning in, giving me your support this past year. 500 plus videos, 300 and something books, 87 Star Trek episodes, Flashback Mondays. We did some Boggle, nobody watched. So anyways, we are working our way towards 30-30. 30-30. We're working our way towards it. It came under the Christmas tree. I did an unboxing. We are doing Fortune and Glory, Tantalizing 27. And like I said previously, I always get the audiobooks. Lorelei King is fabulous. Future books, it's Audible now, but in the past, I used to get the physical one. But now it's all Audible. So we've got Stephanie PLUM, and if you were with me with the last series, you will know that the very last page of the very last book, they get a delivery. Edna was left her husband's lazy boy, and in the bottom of the lazy boy were the keys and a clue to where the treasure is. And everybody's looking for the treasure. And there's a new player in town, which I will not cover for a while. I'm going to wait till a couple of books come out. But Gabriela Rose is in town, and she's getting her own book. And I do believe that's the same name as the... I wanted to check, and I forgot. Hold on a second. Okay. The name of the Charlene Harris character is Elizabeth Rose. Not Gabrielle Rose like the new Janet character. But anyway, we are here to talk about Fortune and Glory. We are looking for the treasure in this one. So we start the book off with... Oh! It's going off. Please watch the... what I've read, tribute to MJ video to see Her Royal Highness. She's got a new battery in. She's actually telling time a little bit, not quite, but better than she used to. So she's got this thing now, and you know, oh, I should back up here. Stephanie is a bounty hunter, and Lula is her partner, and Connie is the office manager. Vinny has been non-existent for the past couple of books. He's been out of town. Joe Morelli is her on-again, off-again, on-again, off-again, right now off boyfriend. And Ranger is Special Forces, and he's her protector, and he's her on-again, off-again, on-again, off-again lover. We also have Grandma Mizor, who was a big part of the last book, and she's a big part of this book. We don't see too many of our other regulars. We do have a Potts that reminds me of Randy Biggs a little bit, or Albert Clown, Valerie's husband. That's her sister, but she's not too much in this. So we get some info in the beginning, and you know that I can't do these books without sharing them with you. So we'll just go through this. Lula and I were playing hooky from bounty hunting to track down Lou Salgusta, a mob guy who specializes in information extraction and revenge by barbecuing various body parts of his victims. He is one of the 6 hitmen who years ago bought a strip club called the Mole Hole. It's located in downtown Trenton, and it's famous for its cheap drinks, outstanding burgers, and mob-occupied backroom. It was common knowledge that the 6 owners each had a personal Lazy Boy recliner in the back room, and the possession of one of those recliners was as good as, if not better than, being made. Recently, Sal Augusta and one of his Lazy Boy's pals, Charlie Trine, decided my grandmother had the key to the treasure. They kidnapped Grandma and me, and while we endured some terrifying moments, we were able to escape with minimum damage. Problem is, Shine and Augusta still want the key to the treasure, and we saw them murder a man in cold blood while we were captive. So there's incentive for Shine and Augusta to capture us again, persuade Grandma to give them the keys, and then kill us. I know it's a righteous undertaking to protect your granny, Lula said, but we aren't exactly that die-hard guy. John McClane? No, Bruce Willis. I'm guessing you don't even have a gun. I'm guessing your gun is home in your cookie jar. She was right about the gun, and she was right about us not being Bruce Willis. Unfortunately, I can't let any of that stop me because I love my grandma, and I will do whatever it takes to protect her. And I see the only way to protect her is to track down Sal Augusta and Shine and get them behind bars. Then we run into Gabriela Rose for the very first time in the tunnels. We don't do a meet and greet yet. We don't do a meet and greet till almost the end of the book. Then we go to her parents afterwards, after we give up. I'm glad you're here, my mother said to me. Your grandmother is talking crazy again, going off on a treasure hunt. You have to speak to her. She won't listen to me. At some point in time, my mother and grandmother reversed roles. My mother is now the voice of maturity and reason, and my grandmother is the rebellious family member who is happy to throw caution to the wind and dye her hair flame red. They aren't crazy ideas, Grandma said, and that treasure is my legitimate inheritance. My honey Jimmy left it to me. He was the keeper of the Lazy Boy keys, and he left 2 keys to me. He didn't leave the keys to you, my mother said. He put them under his chair cushion. He died. One of the mob buddies stupidly gave you the chair, and by dumb luck, we found the keys. And now I'm left with that horrible chair in my living room. The chair was Jimmy Ancient's small Lazy Boy recliner, and my father loved it. Yes, ma'am. You don't see anything, huh? We had a bug fly through here today. We still found it. Hello. Can I have my paperwork? You're on my paperwork. I can't read it. What? Don't get mad at me. So she takes Cannoli to Benny. He's one of the guys. And he gives her some information on the keys. Then she goes to the office and Connie gives her some FTAs, and one of the FTAs, they go after Rodney Trotter. It doesn't work out. Then they decide that they're going to reward themselves with collecting the bucket for lunch. They do a lot of eating, and if you've come with me to my previous videos, you will know that I associate collecting the bucket, Krispy Kreme, and Dunkin' Donuts with these books. And if you were watching book 18, 19, 20, around there, I finally lost it, and I went to Krispy Kreme, and I got donuts, and I gained 4 pounds. No more donuts, no more subliminal messages in these books. I gained 4 pounds. I'm trying to lose weight, not gain weight. These bad, horrible books. Bad, horrible books. So, she's got an issue. Apparently, her and Morelli broke up. This is one of their off books. I just hung inside the door while Lula went to the counter. Lula was right. I missed Morelli. I missed his dog Bob. I missed his big screen TV. I missed the comfort and security of being in a relationship. I missed hearing about his day and cuddling next to him in bed at night. I missed his playful sexiness and the heat that came with the play. I wanted to end this standoff, but I didn't know how to resolve the problem that caused the argument. When Grandma found the keys, I told her I'd help her find the treasure. But from that moment on, it's been a battlefield with Grandma and me on one side, and the rest of my family plus Morelli on the other side. All of their objections are valid. Ownership of the treasure isn't clear. Much of the search will most likely fall into the gray zone of legality, and there are psychopaths involved, so it will be dangerous, maybe even fatal. Morelli's parting shot was that he didn't want a relationship with Indiana Jones. Okay, I get that because I have similar feelings about having a relationship with a cop. It's dangerous work and the hours aren't always great. My problem is that while Morelli made the statement to get a point across, he hit on a squelched desire. I'm realizing that I'm a closet indie. For much of my childhood, I was convinced I could fly. I broke my arm trying. I wanted to be Wonder Woman, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and Princess Leia. None of that worked for me. I ended up selling bargain basement lingerie when I graduated from college. And now I'm tracking down a man who fried roaches and fed them to his ex-wife. Transitioning into Indiana Jones has a lot of appeal. Indy never had to eat chicken nuts to save the day. Monkey brains, yes, but not chicken nuts. And things go to hell in a handbasket after that. Then they try and get Arnold Wowski for the first time. It doesn't work. She calls Ranger about the safe. She wants to go investigate the safe. Ranger hires a guy to break in the safe. They find nothing of use, except they get the first two clues. She also captures Potts, one of her FTAs, and she felt so bad for him, and his bond was so low that she paid it. And then he will stick to her like glue for the rest of the book, reminding me of Alfred Clune in the beginning and reminding me of Randy Briggs in previous books. So they open the safe. They get 2 more clues. They need 6 clues to find the treasure. Ranger spent the night with her. This is the first of like 4 nights in a row they spend together. This is a splurge for Stephanie with Ranger. So then they go after Roglaski again. It doesn't work out. Gabriela's been to the office to check out a few things. We don't know too much about her. So then this was bad, I said. We blew up the Margot. I guess technically Lou Salgusta blew it up. When you say blew it up, exactly what does that mean? Oh, I should back up. They go to investigate Salgusta. They find out that he's in this motel, no-tell. And they investigate the basement, and they go into the basement, and they hear humming, and they get down there, and there's Salgusta, and he's got fireworks, and explosives, and a flamethrower, and Stephanie, they all managed to get out, but they destroyed the entire hotel. There's a crater now. When you say you blew it up, exactly what does that mean? Explosion, smoke, fire, big crater where the Margot used to be. Wow, and Salgusta? Don't know. I'm hoping for the worst. Was anyone hurt? No, not seriously. A bunch of people got a contact high from the weed burning, and one of the customers slipped going down the stairs and cracked his head. Connie's attention shifted to the door. Uh-oh, she said. Morelli's here, and he doesn't look happy. What are you doing? I gave up a sigh and turned in my seat. Hey, I said to Morelli. He crooked his finger at me. I'd like to see you outside. I did an eye roll at Connie and joined Morelli on the sidewalk. If you dressed Morelli up in a suit, he looked like a gangster. If he was undercover and required to wear khakis, he looked ridiculous. Today he was wearing his usual outfit of black running shoes, dark jeans, and a blue button-down shirt and a black blazer. Today he was hot cop. He was lean and muscled with black wavy hair, a constant 5 o'clock shadow, and testosterone to spare. His father was an abusive, womanizing drunk. His grandmother is batshit crazy. Morelli is none of those things. Morelli is a good cop and until recently a good boyfriend. I just came from what's left of the Margot, Morelli said. I was told I missed you by a couple of minutes. I leaned into him a little. You smell smoky, I said. I smell like burnt weed. Do you want to explain this to me? I shook my head. No. Do it anyway, Morelli said. I was pretty sure that Charlie Shine's car was parked by the Margot. So, Morelli went to his eyes, narrowed cop face. Never a good sign. If you want me to keep going, you're going to have to get rid of that crazy cop face. What? 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 She got legs. She hates it when I touch her feet. Don't touch my feet. What you doing down there, dude? If you want me to keep going, you're going to have to get rid of the scary cop face, I said. Not gonna happen, said Morelli. Keep going anyway. I went to my own eyes narrowed, don't mess with me face. Fine, I said. When Lula and I went to Margot to check things out, we opened the basement door and heard someone singing Hi-Ho, Hi-Ho. What's the Hi-Ho, Hi-Ho song? The Seven Dwarfs song. I sang the song for him and he cracked a smile. When Morelli smiled, it was like puppies and fresh-baked warm chocolate chip cookies. His brown eyes got soft and dark, and I wanted to snuggle into him. The snuggle was usually followed by the desire to undress him. We went down to investigate, and it turned out that it was Louis Salgusta singing. He got carried away when he saw Lula and me and accidentally set about 6 bales of weed on fire. The bales were next to some crates labeled explosives. And that was the end of Margot. Cute. So, then, he tells her he's going to be late. Could she go walk Bob for him? Bob is the dog that they inherited early on, and he's an excellent eater of everything. However, she discovers that his house is too clean and there's no food from his mother in the refrigerator and there's an expensive bottle of Chardonnay on the counter and now she's totally absolutely convinced that he's got a new girlfriend. So that gives her or inspires her to have several more nights with Ranger. She returns to her apartment and Potts is there. He tags along. They go to Lula's old associates, and apparently Potts was quite friendly with the old associates of Lula's. He used to deliver pizza to them, and they send them to Sheen's old girlfriend or current whatever. And they get there, and she's deceased. Oh, sorry. Oh, there's only so long a person can sit like that. So she spends the night with Ranger, of course, after seeing the situation. So then, hold on, Lula said. Your car is clean. It's all shiny and the inside looks clean too. There's something wrong here. Your car is never clean. It wasn't clean when I drove it home. I got behind the wheel. It cleans sometimes. It wasn't even clean when you bought it. She buckled in, leaned close to me, and sniffed. Aha! I know that smell. That smell is delicious. You smell like Ranger. Holy cow, you spent the night with Ranger, didn't you? And that's why one of his muscle men picked up your car this morning, and they got it detailed. Girlfriend, you must have done something special for that man last night. I pulled out into traffic. I called him to give me a ride home from the crime scene. See, now that's an invitation. It wasn't an invitation. I needed a ride. You could have called Morelli. We aren't a couple anymore. Yeah, but you're friends, and you know you're going to be a couple again. You break up and get back together all the time. You've been doing it since you were 5 years old. This is different. He has a girlfriend. And she tells him about that. Then we get something that it wasn't in the last book, or if it was, I mean, it's small in this book, but at least we get it back. I always look forward to these. I do not know why. They go to the parents' house, and we get the mother's rant. It's not as long as the normal ones. Look who's here, Grandma said. Miss Celebrity, you're all over the internet, YouTube and everything. The phone hasn't stopped ringing. Why me? My mother asked. Mary Jo Korinsky's daughter works in the bank, a teller. My daughter jumps out of hooker hotel windows. I didn't jump, I said. Of course you jumped, Grandma said. It was a beauty. You came out of the window like you were shot from a cannon. Some bystander got it all. Lula backed out after you. I don't like to speak bad about anyone, but it wasn't a pretty angle. It was like Winnie the Pooh getting stuck in the rabbit hole. If Winnie the Pooh was wearing a red thong. I thought I dropped, I said to Grandma. Nope, you jumped. She pulled the video up on her cell phone. This is horrible. My hair is a mess and I look fat. It's these t-shirts you wear, Grandma said. They're all washed out and don't give you any shape. You need pretty clothes. I can't afford to buy clothes. I have to buy new cars. You can buy whatever you want when we find the treasure, Grandma said. And she gets some more clues, and she takes Big Blue. And you know, for the record, Big Blue never gets hurt. Ever gets hurt. Big Blue is always there and will always be there. So she goes back to the office. They tell about she heard from the bakery crew that she heard from people that Lou Augusta was in the bakery. Connie gives her the credit card info on Charlie Sheen, his history. Potts loves the Buick. He thinks it's great. She picks up Grandma and she takes Grandma to the nail salon. And when she goes back to pick her up, her grandmother is not there. So she drives to the mole hole and her grandmother is there. They go in the back room to investigate. These two new guys hired by Sheen pull out guns, but Potts, being the tag-along that he is, interrupted and they get away. She goes back to the office and Connie says Charlie Sheen bought a new truck. So they're going to trace that. Then she goes to Morelli's and she peeks in the windows and Gabriela is there. Oh, I'm such a messy person. I lost my book. Okay. So, she sees Gabriela sharing the bottle of Chardonnay with Morelli. So we've got some issues here. She takes Potts to dinner with her parents. She does a drive-by after dinner. There's no Morelli. She calls Ranger to help her with Charlie Shine. Her and Ranger check out several locations for Shine, come up empty. He found information on the two gunmen that tried to get Stephanie. She asks help with Trotter because she's been to Trotter a few times, and he's proven difficult. So Trotter is a taxidermist, and we did have a taxidermist previously in the book series, and I think that was a little funnier with the exploding raccoons and stuff like that, and it was with the cable guy. The guy was having trouble with the cable, and Stephanie's grandmother ends up saving the day with that situation. And I think that was a little funnier, but this guy's a little horrifying. But with Ranger's help, they get the guy. So she also asks Ranger to check out the tunnels. He does. Nothing is found. He gives her a black Honda passport, another car, because he feels she's too visible in the Buick. So because of the Play-Doh that Trotter threw at her, she has to get her hair cut. It's cut really short. She doesn't like it. So Lilith breaks a tooth. Grandma says she needs a new outfit. They go shopping. They discuss the clues. They check out more tunnels. They find nothing. They run into Gabriela again. They go to a viewing for Carla Scooch. She was Benny's wife, and they've been nurturing her and a relationship with Benny. So the next day, Benny loves Italian food, so they decide to take a casserole over to Benny's house to give it to him and get information from him, and he loves the casserole, and he's digging into the casserole, and he's enjoying it immensely, and he's going to divulge all the information they need, and he dies of a heart attack before he can say anything. But they do get one clue from him. I don't know. Her and Morelli have more words. I'm not sure, but I like the relationships in the books. I like to read about the progression of relationships in the book. I never thanked you for walking Bob. Maybe I should thank you over dinner, Morelli said. Bob looked like a sissy dog. He rolled in something disgusting. I put him under the hose, but it didn't help, so I had to take him to a groomer. Duh, I should have thought of that instead of jumping to conclusions. Not sure Morelli being all smiles and chatty with Gabriela would be so easy to explain away. I imagine you and 40 other cops will be at the funeral tomorrow, I said. You got that right. We're hoping Sean will be dumb enough to show up, and Benny still has a few enemies. Most of them have cataracts, but Benny is a big show, slow-moving target. He has wise guys with him, Dumber and Dumber. I was under the impression that you had other dinner partners. Morelli looked at me for a long moment. Do you really want to have a dinner partner discussion right now? I looked over his shoulder and saw a ranger watching from a distance. No, I said, you make a good point. I'd like a rain check on dinner. I have a lot going on. So, they go to this is the last thing I'll do, before I leave you, but they go into Benny's funeral, and they have Ranger's Porsche because Stephanie's, the Buick was too visible. And because she had slept at Ranger's house, he offered her his car, and he would have somebody take him to pick up her car, which was left at a lady's house across the street from the funeral home. But then Benny, of course, died. So they're going to his funeral in the cemetery, and Grandma, one of the things on her bucket list was to drive a Porsche. And Stephanie is thinking that since they're going 2 miles an hour in a line of cars, what harm could Grandma do? Well, this will be the last that I will leave you with, because I enjoy these books so much, and you will have to read it to find out what the treasure is and what all the clues are, because they do eventually get them. They do eventually put it all together. Stephanie's mom does get kidnapped for a brief short period of time. We were creeping along through the older section when I caught a glimpse of Lou Salgusta. He was partially hidden behind a large winged angel. He was easy to spot because he was holding his flamethrower. Grandma saw him too. "It's Lou," she said. "He's behind the angel on the Rigoloni plot." The car line to the road was dotted with police, including Morelli, plus Ranger was somewhere behind me. I got my phone out to call Ranger, and Grandma jerked the wheel to the right and stomped on the gas pedal. "I've got him in my sights," she said, leaving the road and bumping over the grass. "He's thrown his last flame." "No," I yelled. "No, no, no. Stop. Let Ranger go after him." "No time," Grandma said, dodging headstones, hurling through a small hill. "I'm gonna run over that little weasel. Get my gun out of my purse just in case we have to shoot him." Sal had moved from behind the angel and taken up a position behind a granite crypt. I looked over my shoulder and saw a couple of cars peel off the road after us. One looked like it might be Ranger in the Honda. "This is an expensive sports car," I said to Grandma. "It doesn't do off-road." "It does now," Grandma said. "Get ready to shoot him when I come around the crypt." I powered the window down and two-handed the long barrel, but we were bouncing around so much the chances of me hitting Salgusta was 0 to none. Even without the bouncing, they weren't all that good. I wasn't exactly a marksman. "Shoot him, shoot him!" Sal launched a 40-foot stream of fire that swept across the hood of the 911, and I answered with a shot that hit nothing. Grandma clipped a headstone, and the Porsche jerked to a stop. Another burst of fire hit the car, and the car goes up, but they get out, and they get Salgusta too, all in a day's work. So you will have to get the book to find out what all the clues are, and what all the clues lead to, and what Gabriela's connection to all of this is, what her secret is, and if Joe and Stephanie get back together. You will have to do all that. And don't forget the audiobooks. You won't believe what the treasure is. And I love the audiobooks. Sorry. I love the audiobooks. And please join me for Game On 28 and Going Rogue 29 and Dirty 30. We'll be getting to that in a few days. So please hit the like and subscribe. Let me know I'm doing a good job. I need all your help I can get. Maybe 200 by my birthday. That would be really nice. Birthday present. It's coming up soon in the purple month. Or sometimes it might be called the red month. But we shall see. Come here. This is the I don't want to be on camera cat. If you know, I lost my comfort cat a couple of months ago. She is the I will come to you when I feel like it cat. I will let you hold me when I feel like it cat. So how's it going there? Oh, she's pissed. Look how pissed she is. Mommy, I'm going to get you for this. Go. Goodbye. Have a good one. Hope you had a good New Year's. Working on it now. I'm going to get me some stuff. What do you want? Have a good one.